Now, before you dive into any of the strategies with your clients on Facebook, I'm going to teach you how to fully optimize your client's Facebook page so that way you're good to rock and roll and it helps you to kind of do your job even better. But before we do that, you may sometimes see Facebook pages for big influencers or for businesses that may seem a little bit intimidating. Maybe it seems like they've already got a lot figured out. But I want to but I want to challenge you to really go in with fresh eyes and act as though you're doing it from the ground up. So we're going to dive into what all of that looks like. And one thing that I want to share with you, this is a major hack, is that one of the things that I want to offer to you, this is an incredible hack for growing a profitable business as a social media manager, is to actually potentially charge an activation fee. So when your clients start with you, you're getting paid for the process of optimizing and learning about their business. So let's dive on in and take a look at my Facebook page and identify all of the areas prime for optimization and all the awesome strategies that you can implement to make your job just that much easier. Okay, so the very first thing that you want to make sure is that your client has a clear profile picture. Now, generally speaking, you want it to be a person, someone who looks friendly, approachable, possibly smiling, or a glamorous shot. If it's a company, you can sometimes use a logo. But I will say that Facebook pages with logos are a little more challenging to grow because people like to identify with a person or a character within the brand. Now, this is a strategy for influencers or anyone who has a page that has the same name as their personal name, aka they're building under a personal brand. I personally named my Facebook page Rachel Pedersen so that there actually would intentionally be some confusion when my posts show up in the newsfeed and people engage because they're like, oh, it's Rachel Pedersen. But truth is, this isn't my personal profile. This is my page. However, that's a great way to increase some of the engagement that you can get on the page. So check for a great profile picture. The next thing that you're going to want to do is look at their cover image. Does their cover image clearly explain what they do or what one of their current promotions are, what they're focusing on? You want it to be clear. You want it to look attractive. A great way to create these is inside of Canva. And what I love about Canva is it has a lot of the dimensions of social media posts and graphics already preloaded as templates. So it's an easy way to create these. One thing that's really neat is this advertises one of my current offers. And if you click on it, check it out. Another opportunity for selling is inside of the caption on that image. So it's a great way to get potentially extra sales or leads or even just traffic to your website. Now, of course, there are different templates for what your page can actually look like, and all of those can be chosen from within the settings and editing your page info. But this one has worked well for us so far, and I've liked it, but you have to pick the one that makes the most sense for you. But generally speaking, most of those templates that are available are pretty easy to optimize. So let's take a peek just a little bit. Now, I do recommend filling out this info or this about section because this is a great place to tell your client or your client's business's backstory. It's a really great place for an origin story. So here's what mine looks like. It tells my story, there's an opportunity to buy, and some more in here. And of course, you can always update this, change it out. But this has been a great one for me because it gives the backstory of why people could or should care. The next big thing that I recommend taking a look at is their pinned post. Their pinned post can collect emails, so you could do an awesome lead magnet here. You could put something that generates sales. For me, this one is one of our biggest profit generators, so I like to have this here because every single day I get sales for free. Check these out, isn't that cool? So all of those come in, and in a later module, we'll talk about the strategy behind this and why you can't see exactly what's going on quite yet. But this actually generates leads as well as sales for me, which is awesome. Another thing I recommend updating is your about section with your social media, your website, and some of the categories. And all of that can be updated inside of these settings here. Now let's take a peek real fast. Check this out. So you can update your description. You can choose what category your page is. I personally chose public figure because I think it makes a lot of sense for anyone who's an influencer or building a personal brand. You can enter your phone number, your email, your website, your address. I don't personally put that in there because that doesn't affect anything. You can also edit the hours of the business, especially helpful for clients who have brick and mortar or who are only open on certain hours. The other neat thing too is you can add some social media profiles in here and your privacy policy as well. So it's kind of a neat way to get extra content in there. Now this is where you're also going to see the templates and tabs. All of this is available in settings, edit your page info. I personally use the standard one, but you can play around with this until you get the settings the way that you want. The neat part is you can even sometimes add custom tabs to have lead magnets available. And actually, as I'm filming this, I'm like, oh yeah, we should do that. That's a great idea. Let's do it again. So it's a great way to get your page optimized to scoop up extra sales, leads, traffic to your website. I highly recommend this. Now here's an often forgotten about tab, and that is reviews. These are especially helpful to ask for from people who have been loyal customers or clients. Have your client do an intentional ask campaign to get reviews specifically on their Facebook page. They have to be added on the Facebook page. They can't be repurposed from anywhere else. And this is especially helpful because once in a while you're going to get a negative review, just sometimes for no reason, and it doesn't make sense. But I like to ask, people who have learned from me to share their reviews, and sometimes they just blow me away with the reviews that they give. So I recommend asking intentionally from your existing list, your client's existing list, to get those reviews up to date so that way it always looks like you're active and things are going on in your business and that you're actually reputable, because people have a big fear of being scammed on social media. Of course, you can update with a community or even a group, add those things in. You can add some photos, posts, videos, all across the board. And if you have live events or virtual events, maybe a webinar training, feel free to add that into your events so that that event is there and people can easily find it. It could possibly even generate more sales. Optimizing your Facebook page is definitely a next level strategy that I feel like a lot of people forget about. So by taking the time to do this for your clients, you're showing that you really value them beyond just the job of posting on social media and checking the box of having posted on social media. So I'm excited for you guys to implement this for your clients. And like I said, don't be scared to charge an activation fee because you're going to put in some time and effort here. Okay? You got this.